Hello everyone, Dream4 here, and we'll get back to more of Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. Last time, we've gone through the ice cavern and obtained a new piece of equipment. That being, the iron boots, which allow us to sink underwater. In addition, we also obtained the Zora tunic, which allows us to breathe underwater. And we've also gone right ahead and obtained the Big Goron sword, which will, well, allow us to basically more powerful version of the Master Sword, except we can no longer use our shield. In this part, we're gonna start the most dreaded temple in the game, even though that I honestly don't find this temple to be bad at all. We'll just go right ahead, play the Serenade of Water, and arrive at Lake Hylia. Now while we're outside of the water temple, it's gonna be raining. When we walk away, however, it will eventually start to brighten back up. Like, as soon as we get to the laboratory. And in case you're wondering why I'm heading towards the laboratory instead of going straight into the temple, there is a good reason for that. You remember the tank that was in here? Well, we'll jump in. Put on our iron boots, make sure that you're wearing the Zora's tunic so we won't drown. And we can sink all the way to the bottom end. I think that's pretty cool how he's keeping a shark in here. But anyways, roll into the chest. Or miss entirely. Link, do you want to be cooperative? Anyways, down here, we'll get a gold Scotia. We can't use our sword underwater, so we're just gonna have to resort to using our other objects, such as our hookshot. That should be number 71, I believe. Yes, it is. And switch right back to the Kokiri boots to resurface. And that's pretty much everything that I wanted to cover in here. Some things that I do recommend having in the meantime, such as bringing out our bombs. You actually do not need the Megaton hammer to complete this dungeon. As a matter of fact, you can actually do this dungeon before the Fire Temple. Pretty much, so long as you do the Forest Temple first, you can do, it's pretty much up to you if you wanted to make the the Fire Temple your second dungeon, or the Water Temple your second dungeon. I'm pretty much doing it in the order that Sheik suggested, which is starting with the Fire Temple and then going into the Water Temple. But in the end, it really doesn't matter. Anyways, when you're ready, just hop down here. And you'll see the entrance to the Water Temple right here. It's a little bit, I have to admit, it is a little bit tedious in the N64 version of this game, having to go into your menu screen to take the iron boots on and off. Thankfully, it's not so bad in the 3DS version. Anyways, you're gonna need the iron boots and Zora tunic here because you're gonna have to be underwater as you shoot up here. You can use your arrows as well. I prefer using the hookshot because it doesn't use ammunition. Let's go right inside. welcome to the Water Temple, and honestly, I don't hate this dungeon. I'll be honest, I actually kind of like this dungeon a little bit more than even the Fire Temple. I'll say that the Forest Temple is my favorite temple in the game, but I still really like this one, in spite of the fact that a lot of other people don't. Anyways, our first objective, since all the other doors is pretty much unavailable for you in the meantime, we actually want to go towards the wall towards the east. And over there you already see new enemies. These are called spikes. When it retracts its spikes, you want to go ahead and pull out your hook shot, and they die in one hit. And it's also pretty disgusting how you see red bubbles there as if they're blood. Anyways, want to make yourselves into this door, go around the corner, and
oh, you, if I'm right, Link? You're Link, aren't you? It's me, your fiancée, Ruto, Princess of the Zoras. I never forgot the vows that we made to each other 7 years ago. You're a terrible man to have kept me waiting for these 7 long years. But now is not the time to talk about love. I'm sure you've already seen it. Zora's domain, totally frozen. A young man named Sheik saved me from under the ice. But my father and the other Zoras have not yet. I want to save them all. I want to save Zora's domain. You have to help me. This is a request from me, the woman who is going to be your wife. Link, you have to help me destroy the evil monster in the temple, okay? Inside the water temple, there are 3 places where you can change the water level. I'll lead the way. Follow me quickly.
you can go right ahead and follow her up. That's basically what you want to do. Unfortunately, you go ahead, look straight up, and yeah, she just immediately disappears. But you know the drill. Put on our Kokiri boots and float all the way to the top. And that's pretty much gonna be the gimmick of the entire dungeon. You can either only be at the very top of the water or the very bottom floor. And our goal is to go around the dungeon changing the water levels so that we can access to some different floors of the dungeon. Anyways, we got these spike traps. You want to go ahead and knock into them with your shield. You can also hit them twice. They will not rise back up if you're far away enough. So just get barely out of range, wait for Navi to fly up, and take care of them. There we go. I was trying to get Link to be right on top of the chest that it spawns in, but oh well. Anyways, here we go. We obtained the dungeon map. Let's go ahead, step outside. And you'll see this Triforce symbol here. We can go ahead and examine it. Those who wish to open the path sleeping at the bottom of the lake must play the song passed down by the royal family. Basically, it's Zelda's lullaby. And yeah, I didn't screw it up on the first try again. It's only like the first or second song we ever learned, and only now I'm getting the hang of it. Anyways, that will drop the water level all the way down. Link will scream, but he will not take any damage going down. Anyways, Our next objective, we actually gonna need to bring the arrows out. First of all, we want to stand over here. Not the hook shot, but the arrows. And yeah, we've done this in the forest temple before. Just shoot the fire right through the flames. Quickly go to the other side. And do it again. If you don't do it fast enough, the fire will go out. And we encounter a new enemy, Shellblade. Its internal muscle is its weak point. Want to wait until it opens up. It's actually better to have your hookshot at the ready. When it opens its mouth, go ahead and shoot it. You can also use your arrows, if you like. Just make sure to have your hookshot at the ready. Wow, I was almost on top of the chest again. Anyways, go ahead, open it up. And we obtain our first small key. Step back out, and we're gonna go right back to our main room, where we find that all the water has been drained out. The spike traps can still hurt us, and the Tektites can also fall down. However, I do believe we want to go into the south room first. Yep, and that's why I had my bombs out in the first place. It's just that I forgot that we had to do the arrow thing first. Just drop the bomb there. And you may have remembered that while we were floating up to like the 3rd floor. Was it the 3rd floor that we obtained the map in? Yep, the 3rd floor. You may have noticed that there was a wall that we can bomb. We won't be able to access it for quite a while still. Go ahead, put on our iron boots. Go ahead, have our hookshot at the ready. And take care of you. Again, it's kind of disturbing to see blood there, but at least it's only N64 low poly blood. Alright. First things first, go ahead, immediately hit the switch, and that will raise the water level just a little bit. And you'll get to another gimmick of this dungeon, which is hitting these switches to raise the water level just slightly, not enough to raise it above a floor, but just high enough that you can raise these statues. As a matter of fact, this southern room is completely optional. Now we can encounter a switch, but it's on the other side of the gate. In the 3D, I do not know why they decided to do it, and in the 3DS version, they ended up changing it differently, but there's multiple ways you can hit the switch. You can either use charge up a spin attack, or I prefer just a jump slash. And in here, we got ourselves a gold token. That will be number 72. Man, I wish they would give me hearts instead, but oh well. But yeah, don't worry about doing a jump slash. A regular slash will do in the 3DS version because the switch will not be on the other side of the gate. Again, I don't know why they decided to do that. Maybe just to shake some players up a bit. I don't know. Oh wow, I actually managed to fall into the hole without particularly aiming for it. Yeah, by the way, when you put on the iron boots, you can only sink straight down. You cannot navigate. Anyways, I'm just gonna return to the main room because that's where we're gonna continue on with the dungeon, although that in itself is gonna be a little bit obvious. You see a locked door straight ahead, but we cannot really do much inside unless we have multiple keys, which I do suggest taking some other path before we continue on. Just don't open that door yet, but I think I'm gonna end the video right here since we've already, well, we're actually already a fifth of the way into the dungeon. So, anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, feel free to leave behind a comment, and if you want to see more from me, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Next time on Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, we'll continue on with the Water Temple. See you guys then.